sorry, he doesn't even die. It's as simple as that, eyeballers. It looked pretty disastrous, but the recovery has been sublime. Now they get to have an actual shot of this T side. If they lose the first gun round with ECSTATIC having 4 FAMASes in there as well, it does get very tough. But ECSTATIC, they've still got a very decent buy. Maybe it is a bit of a tactic of running around with 4 FAMASes so you don't have to spend as much. You can keep a bit of extra cash in your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, it means they still haven't had a proper full rifle or purchase up on the CT side, and if they lose this, then it's 8-all. They have to eco, means that eyeballers will get the lead for the first time here on the map, so it is a bit of a worry for ECSTATIC. This one's actually for the economic game, isn't it? Whoever loses this will be reset, and look at the position taken up here by Kragan in the smoke. CCT could lead to his demise though if he just gets offered up an inch, but Kragan will make his way back safely. In the meantime, Queenix has bested Pepsor.
And all of a sudden, that pistol of Nodios doesn't really matter as much anymore. ECSTATIC. All of them moving over towards the A site. Even just Queenix over towards B. This is a great read from them. Everybody from Eyeballers just right around here. CCT, even with Crag, I mean,
in a position to dodge the flash and then also actually have the face-off. CCT wins out that duel. They still have to go ahead in a bomb site that has a lot of numbers on it.
Yeah, fully stacked up here by ECSTATIC with 3 of their 4 remaining players. Patty's going to reposition in towards Banks. They certainly have a great idea of what's about to come, but utility raining in will still make it tough for them to set up successfully. They managed to get the kills though. Salazar doubles down. There's the extra player. Patty is the difference maker. And that's exactly what you were referencing, was having that extra player. Look at what a big difference it makes.
Yeah, ECSTATIC. Every single time at the start that Eyeballers get around, they immediately slap back, and that's a crushing blow to Eyeballers, because this basically means ECSTATIC are going to be on 10. Just taking a moment to read into this. I wouldn't mind to see CCT buy up a rifle, JW buys up armor. You would have to run around with out an AWP at least, but you at least bring some venom into a round instead of just completely accepting a loss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a massive fan of the Hero AK myself, so I do think it's a good option if you can go for it, as we're going to see. Looks like they're going to prioritize a few upgraded pistols instead. Of P250 was dropped from CCT to JW. And so, yeah, not going to be much firepower to speak of at all here for the T side. ECSTATIC have done a good job of winning those key rounds, right? Those swing rounds, so always kind of keep eyeballers at bay.
This should be a rather easy one for ECSTATIC to keep him at bay again. I was a bit hampered at the very start of this map, where ECSTATIC were somewhat struggling to convert rounds that they should easily be converting. I was always from a position where it looked to be struggling. ECSTATIC have definitely cleaned up their act, and
yeah.
MP9
To be expected on the CT side as well, that they'd clean it up, as, you know,
yeah,
have more convincing rounds. This one's about keeping numbers alive.
and going for 3 upgraded pistols, I just don't think that's enough. CCT gets an early look. Kragan able to shut that first onslaught down. He does manage to get a kill, and Kragan actually has to swap to the USP, but with Patty also finding a frag, that basically means JW completely dead. He was a dead man walking, now he's just the first 2 words of it. Oh, ballers. And a tad bit of a pickle, because ECSTATIC get very close here.
Alright, well, that means ECSTATIC are now 3 rounds away from getting across the line here on their own map pick. That's why eyeballers have called for a pause, slap, a chance to just get his men in order coming into this vital round. What's the plan going to be? I always love seeing what the call is out of an IGL and a team in one of those, like, quote-unquote must-win rounds. You know, a round where you don't really have much wiggle room or much leeway. You know, if you lose that round, that the map is basically going to be going along with it. So I like to see what the percentage play is that comes through from a team in that sort of situation.
to see Ecstatic on Inferno. I feel like that
Yeah.
if they pull this one off, both teams have got a great shot getting the 2-0. And this is Ecstatic's map pick, but Inferno. Definitely one with flipped up results. In recent times, they've been spectacular, though. You know, 4 win streak getting ended by Arcrid, who have taken a lot of upset victories already. I think that's a shame at all.
Yeah, that Arcred team are quite something. They've been
Yeah,
putting
yeah.
up phenomenal results lately, kind of just came out of nowhere, but they're a lot of fun to watch, man. Highly entertaining, as has this map been so far. Patty tucked in behind the tree. Can he show them his wood? And he is going to be able to get one.
Just the one. That's a free kill out of Sapik, walking through the smoke, catching Salazar off guard. Shine. It's a great shot, but also dangerous because he had the bomb. Maybe Kragan would have been able to use some of his utility to at least make it tough for Eyeballers to retrieve it. You know, this should be Eyeballers all the way through. Ecstatic, they know it as well. They're just hedging their bets. We'll sit over at B. If you go B, we'll give it a scrap. Otherwise, GG's, you've won the round.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? Certainly the appropriate way to approach a 4 versus 2. Ecstatic just doing a lot in this round, and nothing really working out for them. Quite a few missed shots as well, proving to be costly. That gamble in towards bathrooms as well, you can understand it. I mean, I guess once Patty goes down towards long, it's a really rough position to be in, and Eyeballers do win this all-important round. And that means they keep themselves in the hunt, in the race right now for the W here on Overpass. Ecstatic get $1,400 injected into their account when they lose, and well, I guess Nodos and Queenix could both drop some guns, so we will see an investment in the next. Patty can afford his own, but then we're back to bare bone money here for Ecstatic.
Yeah, this is why I do like MR12, man. Feels like those late games, because you don't have a lot of time to build your economy, it's always a tough one when it comes to your money. Sure, it's probably not CS in the purest form, having the bar rounds go up against each other all the time, but I like the scrappiness of it. And having to think about, okay, what can we actually buy up into this? How are we going to manage this one then?
Yeah.
Also thinking about the future in that same breath.
They're going to spend everything they can afford here coming into the next round. It's going to be rifles across the board. Only the one weaker weapon on Salazar there in the FAMAS. But have we actually seen an AWP on the CT side yet here for Ecstatic?
No.
We haven't, right? And that's just a reflection of how back and forth it's been. Now, they haven't really been able to manage much money.
And Salazar, even when he had the AWP on the T side, I feel like the majority of his kills came from the pistols. And just pulling that out. I feel like Salazar is one of the only AWPers to actually do that when he runs up on the site, just swap into the pistol so he's got that movement speed. Makes yourself a whole lot weaker, but at least you have more chances to hit your shots, I guess. Eyeballers, in the meanwhile, they're just creeping up in the guise of this smoke.
Alright, well, JW is going to pounce all over this bomb site. You got Kragan towards long. He's the only thorn in the side right now, but JW is privy to it. Brilliant awareness, but the shot's unfortunately not complementing that great game sense, but he does take the attention away from Pepsol, who will find the frag, but you can't count the CTs out of this. They've got 2 players flanking. The bomb's been dropped towards Banana right now, so Eyeballers, although they've got side control, there's still a job to be done, and they're falling apart.
Ooh, Queenie!
Oh, wow.
Yep. That is not great for Eyeballers. It was a fantastic start. But they were able to get so close to the site, at which point you barely give Ecstatic any room to breathe. But Ecstatic pulling the odds towards them as they eye up the first map. Eyeballers, they're going to invest back into this. They have to spend every single penny that they've got, though. And that means Ecstatic, with a 2,400 loss bonus for Eyeballers, are in a great spot to just win out the map right here, right now.
I just can't believe how quickly they recover that round for Ecstatic. There was just so many different prongs of attack, and Kragan staying alive towards long was, I guess, one of the reasons they were able to wreak all of that havoc. Alright, well, game on. And it's going to be Kragan who aggresses, looking to try and deal that killing blow. He has kind of been the tip of the spear on the CT side so far. Queenix once again will get pepsol through the smoke and monster. That's not the first time this half. 5v3 in this must-win round here for Eyeballers. It's looking really bleak for them right now.
For Eyeballers, is there even a scenario where you just call it right now? You haven't done anything. Heap has just taken half of his HP as well. You're gonna have 2,400 coming through into your account. Unless you get a bomb plant, but there's 3 players on this site. JW just spotted as well. He'll just be gunned down, and now I reckon you 100% go for the save. You have to have that Galil and AK, but you don't have any utility to go with it. Sure, he gets the kill, but there's so much more work that needs to be done.
Man, it looks like they still believe. It looks like they still have faith right now. Shine doesn't spot the player around the fringe of the smoke. Nodios will find himself a kill, and with that, it's all on Heap to attempt an incredible clutch. A 1 versus 4 turn 1v3. Surely no chance. The time ticking away. Patty will just swing, but Salazar gets the kill. No weapon saved. Means Eyeballers have to force here just to try and keep themselves alive on the map.
Yeah, this is scary stuff. ECSTATIC. They hold all the cars now. It's Eyeballers who really don't have anything. I mean, they've got 1 AK coming through, and that's exactly why I thought it would be better to just save it out, because you, at that point, at least have something to work with. And now, instead, I'm going to have to go bare bones. I don't see Eyeballers pulling this to OT, even if they win this round. It's the biggest hurdle right now, but there will be other hurdles that ECSTATIC can let pop up and make life difficult.
I mean, keep in mind, ECSTATIC have won 6 out of 8 rounds so far here in the second half, so now you need Eyeballers to win 4 in a row to force overtime. I certainly agree with you. I don't see it happening, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility. It is still doable. I wonder if we're going to see something fast-paced coming through from them right now, considering the investment. We haven't really seen any super fast or aggressive players in towards the B side from either of these teams on Overpass yet. Doesn't mean they can't be paced elsewhere though, making their way up lowers aggressively. Salazar forced backwards by the flashes. I really like the way that they're making their way through this round, but Sapik decides to push through the molly and he's taking so much damage as a result.
Salazar able to get to Sapik. Sure, he's got a pressed up position, but it all banks on him, and Salazar's even checking it. He's just confirmed that position. Shine even cut down. Salazar even a 4K before he gets sent out. Final by Pepsor, but he's got an impossible task up ahead. It is ECSTATIC winning out the first map, and in relative dominant fashion as well. This is a really strong looking ECSTATIC.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great start to the map coming through from them. They got 5-1, and then they managed to actually just, well, a 6-all scoreline. It was looking a bit shaky there towards the end of that first half, but their CT side was sublime, and they take that 1-0 lead in the series. Next up is Inferno, but before that, we're going to head into a short break.
very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move. One push. One touch. One love. One click. One expert.
Watch the matches with BO3.GG, the official stats partner of CCT. Check out AI-powered predictions in live matches. Get access to live scoreboards packed with in-depth weapons and grenade statistics. Check out round maps in the match results. Extend your game vision with BO3.GG.
Yo, what are you doing?
Exhibit?
What do you think? I'm a paperclip? It's Mr. X to the Z. You need to quit browsing like a lame and get Opera GX. Because with GX mods, you can pimp your motherfucking browser. All you gotta do is click here, select the mod, and boom! New look, new sounds, new everything. It's not easy being a legend. Oh, shit. Not again. Change the mod now. Download Opera GX.
The hunger for glory feeds the desire, the courage to look for a challenge, to feed your ambitions. To reach for greatness. To become the champion of champions.
Here we go, directly into the map. It is Inferno, as you, if you looked at the veto, would have known. Otherwise, well, here you have it. ECSTATIC, of course, the favorites. They're at 1-0 in the series.
Yeah, they are, but they are running into a kingpin of a map here for Eyeballers. Inferno has been very good for them lately here, particularly in CS2. I think they've only lost the map once out of like 13 or 14 times they've played it in CS2. It's actually ridiculous. So ECSTATIC certainly have their work cut out for them if they're going to get across the line 2-0.
They do get to start on that CT side. So Eyeballers who have to force the issue. Smoke coming through. And Patty is already looking for a peek out. Well, Patty's just going to draw the attention. These dualies, they need to be the ones rattling away. But Kraken actually decided to stand out into the open. This is very dangerous out of Patty as well. And he gets punished for it. Tries to get back as quickly as possible. But Eyeballers have overwhelmed.
Yeah, lovely shots coming through there, particularly from Heap, and now it's so tough for ECSTATIC to make the retake happen in a 3 versus 5. Eyeballers have got some great post-plant positions that have been taken up. Sure, there's a kit, but this is going to require something masterful out of the CT side if they're going to successfully retake here, and it just continues to get whittled down. So Eyeballers going to be starting off in some great fashion here on Inferno as they open up with a successful pistol.
Yeah, Kraken making the decision to stand out into the open like that with the dualies. He was banking way more on Patty to draw the attention, but with USP firing from the smoke, Tees also can recognize that that's not really the threat. A fantastic flash as well, completely catching Kraken off guard. Eyeballers should have a rather easy second round ahead of them as well. Just pistols on the side of ECSTATIC, non-upgraded.
Yeah, and exactly, not even pistols that you're going to get excited about. It's a formality, if you will.
Well, this is something different.
Got the cheerleader squad in, man.
Well, let's go, Patty.
Unfortunately, yeah, Patty is the one who's gonna have to receive them. Unfortunately, I do like seeing teams just go for something out of the ordinary, not just playing the standard default setup on a CT side when you've got an eco.
Yeah, you got to make a decision somewhere that puts you in a position where you can perhaps catch them off guard. But JW, he's bound to die here. He'll just say go over towards B. It's as simple as that. Patty's sure he's still here. He shouldn't really pose a problem. If he buys a bit of time, maybe that's good enough. All those CTs can start trying to trickle on in. But this bomb is just going to go down, and ECSTATIC don't really have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, they're just in it for another kill, perhaps to try and make sure they keep Eyeballers' economy honest. And it looks like they're actually going to try and set up towards Banana to look for these Exa kills. Certainly not going to be saving. I mean, Nodios got a Mac 10, but whoever gets excited about carrying a Mac 10 through on a CT side, not me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And they've been spotted. So ECSTATIC realized, guys, they are stacking up the bottom of Banana. We have to go back through CT, and Patty's again by himself, and he will receive them.
Oh,
they bypassed
yeah, let's
him.
go, Patty.
Oh, a TK.
Okay, that's a bit more damage. Shine isn't... Okay, yeah, he's safe. He walks away further. Okay, well, never mind. He can walk away further. He's also in a bit of problems. Okay, decent round, actually, for ECSTATIC. Getting as many kills as they did. A glue and an AK saved over for Eyeballers. Now ECSTATIC can get to the real work.
Alright, yeah, let's see if they can make good of all the damage done there in their eco round, because if they win this, then it's going to be forced by territory for Eyeballers. Look at their money. It's only Shine who's got a little bit of change in the account, and I suppose Heap does as well. No warp on the server for either side. And let's watch this T side play out from Eyeballers. Like I said, guys, they have won 13 out of 14 times, or 12 out of 13 times they've played on Inferno and CS2. They are practically unstoppable on this map at the moment. Taking scalps like Fours, Bad News Eagles, TSM, Aurora, Fours again, Sprout. These guys have been beating well-established teams.
I mean, are they? Fours isn't what they used to be. TSM is just a big name that didn't really live up to the hype. Currently, they're 103rd in the ranking. Bad News Eagles have been struggling. Aurora, I'll definitely give it to them. Aurora is a fantastic team to be beaten. And, well, very interesting prospects as well with Deco coming through in that roster. But, well, yes, the results are still very good for Eyeballers. There's no doubt about that. I do think that it might not be as good as the names might make it out to be. Sprout as well, another one of those orgs that has a lot of weight attached to their name. But let's look at how they're going to be able to open up the site. Well, the answer is not at all. Sapping manages to get the one, gets pushed back from Queenix, but will fall down, and that just leaves the rest of this take. And Heap is just going to be caught by this lovely crossfire from ECSTATIC.
Yeah, I certainly see where you're coming from, and I'm not saying that the results are, mind-blowing and completely insane, but they're beating household names. They're beating decent names. It's not like tier 3, tier 4 opponents that they've just been racking up the wins against. It's always going to be a bit of a challenge. And another name in that list is ECSTATIC, who they beat 13-9 on this map. So they have done it in recent times. That was about 3 weeks ago they beat ECSTATIC on Inferno. So they're going to be hoping to replicate that here once again to level up the series at 1 apiece.
Well, on that same day that ECSTATIC, or that Eyeballer beat ECSTATIC also beat VP on this map.
Okay, well, that is an important piece of information.
But it wasn't in CCT East Europe Series 3, which I don't know how much VP are going to be putting their best foot forward. And they've got huge competitions to take part in. ECSTATIC, a very quick round here for them at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Great work, because that was a force buy out of Eyeballers. So that means ECSTATIC level up the scoreline, and now they play against the Eco, where they can look to build on their money even further. Going to give them a good boost of confidence, and AWP comes through for Salazar. It's not like ECSTATIC are in rough form on this map either. They've got 4 out of 5 wins on the map in the past couple weeks. beating teams like Eklot, Force, Aurora, Youngblood. Certainly not nearly as much name value in the teams that ECSTATIC have beaten compared to their counterparts here on the series.
If we continue on the stat stock for a little bit, eyeballers, it's important that they set up a good T side. That is where the majority of their wins usually come from.
Okay.
Like a 55% win rate, and once they get on CT, it's like 45. Oh, Queenix! I do the same as Patty earlier. It's still fine. You were always going to win the round, but it'd just be a silly AK to lose. Look at this, by the way, from ECSTATIC. 3 AKs and an AWP in there.
Yeah, they are stacking it up in terms of the firepower on the CT side. I mean, everybody loves an AK on that CT side. Patty's going to be feeling a bit left out, but it's okay because he's the IGL. You know, the IGL is always the guy to make sure his teammates are, well, have everything they need to work with. There's that smoke being thrown from Nodios, the deep banana smoke you can throw from spawn. Makes it very difficult for the T side to contest banana early on in the round. And his eyeballers are now chasing the game. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, no deals. A fierce one. Not too sure what exactly happened. Looking at the smoke here. Looks like they just try to run through. Not their greatest start for eyeballers here as they look to start their campaign fully. Yeah, getting that pistol round is great. Follow up as well, but there's so much more work for them to be doing.
Oh, Patty, it's perfect timing. He knows the attention's taken towards the opposite side of middle as he steps out. Everything's falling into place right now for the CT side. This is a big statement of a round coming through from ECSTATIC. It's only Pepsor left remaining.
Bang.
And there we go, flawless.
Yeah, this is fantastic stuff here. And ECSTATIC. If there's any way to rebut any of the arguments that we've been making, it's to do it in this way. This is immaculate stuff right now, and those odds are historically in favor of ECSTATIC, and I think even more so because these were, if I'm not mistaken, the stats or the was from the start. Either way, ECSTATIC should have another one to their name here, and eyeballers just don't have money.
I'm actually surprised those odds are still, you know, somewhat competitive with ECSTATIC leading the series 1-0 at the moment, and they should be up 5-2 here as well, assuming that they don't have any slip-ups against the pistols. Either way, should be a 5th consecutive round coming through for the CT side as they really start to build themselves a solid foundation here in the first half. Salazar going to get peeked on by the Deeg, and one shot is rattled off by Sapik. Unfortunately for him, it's not the headshot. And with that, he'll lose his life out.
Yeah, eyeballers. Definitely. Okay, that's a good shot on Salazar. Don't get ready for the orb. He close range. This is starting to get out of hand just a little bit. Shine can actually rotate over. Not anymore. Queenix holding down the angle. Spotted him as well. Shine just makes the cross onto the site. Stuck around for a little bit too long. And that is unfortunate. Shine definitely could have given them a leg up there with the bomb plant. I'm probably afraid of any utility coming his way, though.
Alright, well, this is the round for eyeballers. This is the round that they have to win to make sure that they sort of keep themselves, you know, within reach of ECSTATIC, because they won the pistol, they won the conversion thereafter.
But they haven't won a round since then. It's not like the rounds have been particularly close either. This is on the trump card of eyeballers' map as well. This is on Inferno, where we expect them to do majority of their damage. Expect them to win the map here and force it to a decider. As you said, T-side's also the half where they normally win most of their rounds.
Ballers. Space already gained early doors. Well, they've got control of apps. Got control. At least the bottom of banana. If they venture further, they're quickly going to realize that they've got control of the entirety of banana. For a second, I only saw Queenix's name, and I saw it be yellow. I was like, oh, wait, Salazar is going to walk into a trap here. Never mind. That's just a CT.
Yeah, getting bamboozled there, mate.
Yeah. Classic.
I do like that eyeballers are kind of just slowing things down because these rounds have been quite fast. There's been quite a lot of aggression out of the CT side as well, but ECSTATIC have also reeled it in. They've said to eyeballers, you're going to have to come and get it. Now, the question is, where do eyeballers go from here? They have a lot of options. 2 players top banana. They've got apartments and top mid control as well. It looks like it's an early sort of presence being shown over towards A. Then they're going to fake B, and then they're going to exec A. But they're leaving this one incredibly late. Kragan still boosted up, seeing nothing. This has to be flawless out of eyeballers.
Kragan is spotted though. And that gives away. There's 2 at the back of their site, but very simple stuff. And they say he needs to be flawless for the eyeballers. Instead, it's very much the other way. Just 1 kill for the eyeballers. And JW, he's far out. He's not going to be trying this one, of course. No time anywhere close to on the clock. There we go. They do manage to get their weapons sorted. But ECSTATIC, this is completely different from anything that we've expected. Should be another buyer, though, for eyeballers.
Yeah, I mean, that max round loss bonus behind them will subsidize the economy. Problem is, they've lost 6 rounds in a row. And it's not like, again, I'll say these rounds have been very close. They were in a good position there, but I think they just left themselves too little time to really sell the fake on that B bomb site. They could kind of start pushing forward, but then the guys over towards A had to go, and they pushed straight into the sniper of Salazar. And that's a good kill from JW, just asserting his dominance, and a shot through the wall is going to connect on Patty as well.
Okay. Well, if there's any way to start a round, it's like that. Create a little extra spacing. A tad bit too deep. Boost that for eyeballers. We just don't have a lot of utility, so getting that early kill usually important because now ECSTATIC have to be limping in a tad bit more often. Salazar even going to do it with the AWP outright. But Sapik already on the angle. There's more aggression coming for ECSTATIC, or at least they're inclined to show it. They're just falling back now.
This could work though, because I don't think there's any world in which eyeballers expect there to also be a player on the bomb side. JW straight through the smoke. He can't stop fragging with the AWP. Nodios not nearly as clean as he had to be on that first frag there to stand a chance of getting a multi. And ECSTATIC, well, all 4 of their players have died over towards that B side of the map. So eyeballers, essentially, they win this round on hard mode, but they make it look incredibly easy.
Yeah, that's the way.
Money.
Yeah,
Go for it, mate.
It's a way to get the first round on the board, right? You've been struggling the entire way through, and I should briefly mention the money has just grown so much on ECSTATIC, who, with 6 already on the board, they've got a good half. I don't really like this outlook from eyeballers. If they do the rest of this half flawless, it's a very similar story as we had on Overpass, right? Where, well, ECSTATIC on the less favorite side, getting a very respectable half, and at that point, eyeballers are just continuously playing catch-up, which in a matchup that is this close to each other, playing catch-up is a deadly sin.
Yeah. And we also spoke about the numbers and how eyeballers normally do most of their work on the T side. As for ECSTATIC, it's a zero-sum game. It's 51% on either side of the map, so they're happy to try and finish off the job on the T side here. If they can win one more round and guarantee themselves the half win, they'll certainly back themselves from there. Going to be more aggression in towards Banana. This is where the round fell flat on its face for ECSTATIC in the previous, but they're not shying away from the challenge once again.
JW does have to be careful. ECSTATIC, they're just not fazed by anything here. And they lose a round, they get right back on their feet. Get the opening kill, and even on top of that, a ton of damage across the board. And Sapik taking the majority of it. Bowlers. A very aggressive position out of Kragan. Maybe they can find a way back in because they've got 3 man currently trying to scope at Banana.
Where is Kragan? Like, he's just jump spotting. Oh, he does see the head. He's really lucky there. Drops the smoke, but they're not going to stay at bay. He's got a second smoke there to deploy as well. I think the T-side are going to go straight through this. Kragan does throw a nice flashbang, and he's able to get a frag off the back of that. Can he find more? No, but the support's arrived in the way of Patty, who will double down.
And then Pepsor will be heard earlier doors. It's a very easy pick for Queenix. And that's ECSTATIC right back to winning ways. Eyeballers, if your success is this short-lived every single time that you have to make a comeback, ECSTATIC have just done one better even on their CT side. This is looking sublime, and well, everything that we've been saying about Eyeballers having a fantastic Inferno, they might just have another loss added to their tally unless they can polish it up in the final 2 rounds, and then with that also the CT side.
Alright, well, let's see what the 11th round has in store for us. Penultimate round of this first half. And there's JW again. Nodios trying to force it in towards middle early on. They're trying to just smother Eyeballers at this point. They've had a pretty decent balance between aggression and knowing when to just play a little bit more passively. Could probably say that was a bit much from Nodios to spam through the smoke, but he has done well in towards middle throughout the half so far. 5v4. Must win round here for Eyeballers. And it's looking good as well. Kragan is able to find a frag, but it's only Salazar over towards the safe site. He's missed the first shot, but okay, nice wall hang through the box. I thought surely not another in the exact same fashion.
Oh, this is very dangerous, Shine. Why peek? No need at all. We all know that this A site is impossible to retake. But Patty, he's just gotten all the information. Sure, that's going to be a bit of a nuisance. There's still Yuto. Shot from JW, but he doesn't have too many that he can pull off, and that's just 2 kills for ECSTATIC. Patty doesn't even care about the flame, just runs right through, and that's another round to the tally of ECSTATIC.
Yeah, and a disaster for Eyeballers, because not only do they not get the points on the board, which they so desperately need, the position that they were in should always result in a round win, and Patty's even reminding them about that. At least the plant comes through with the round loss bonus. They'll be able to continue to afford to buy here, but I mean, Eyeballers won the first 2 rounds on Inferno. Since then, they've won 1 out of 9.
Yeah, it ain't that great, is it? Eyeballers. Under pressure. So much, and this is exactly what we talked about before this matchup even started. On the Paseka, this is a lot of aggression and also a lot of damage early. Towards the utility from ECSTATIC. JW shuts down Queenix, but there's more where that came from. Patty tries to get out, but ECSTATIC. Look at still Nodios' position.
Problem is, ECSTATIC missed the smoke there that was supposed to land midway up middle, and that would have kept Queenix alive, I think. Because JW was the one who was able to just push his way up mid and then fight the players in second middle, so that missed smoke certainly was a costly one. Damage has been done, but there's a man advantage for Eyeballers.
Kragan. Well, that's remaining hope. He's still got Salazar as well. Flash through. Eyeballers. Position, but Heap looking the wrong way. That's a victim. And now Kragan has got to peek out against Sapik. He's holding down the line of Salazar at least. But Kragan, this is very dangerous. And he does bite the dust. Nodios is very quick in from behind, though. Won't be able to deny the bomb plant. That smoke is for a CT. Wait, JW hadn't planted.
Oh, can't see him though. Refuge in the smoke being taken, so thankfully he'll activate the C4, and Nodios kind of has to realize surely he's made his way back in towards Coffins. Doesn't look like he's got the read, but now he'll know for sure. JW incredibly low. There is a catcher on Nodios as well. Surely ECSTATIC not going to pull off another one of these unlikely retakes.
JW doesn't have a whole lot. He's got a smoke, though. Nodios has got the kid. JW, he had the back read, but Nodios swings on the dime. Sits JW down, and this final round of the half still goes in the pocket of ECSTATIC.
That is a disaster of the highest order for Eyeballers, right? I mean, again, another round that should be theirs goes amiss. Another one.
That can't happen. That was the way. At least a way back in, but JW, he did everything right. Just whiffed the shot. Wow. surely.
Alright, well.
They're in their own stretch, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, this is absolutely a must-win pistol round for Eyeballers. There's no two ways about it. Kragan just charging his way up Banana very early on here, looking to clear it out and force any potential CTs backwards, and he's done that, but Eyeballers have stayed true to their setup. They've got 4 players in towards, well, I suppose 3 top middle, 1 watching apartments, and Shine hasn't called for any rotations. Do ECSTATIC start to kind of alter their approach here because of all the control Kragan gets? It doesn't look like it.
Ooh, Sapik. He's able to offer some pushback, but he just showed their hand a little bit more. Flash to come through. Patsy waits for the reinforcement, and then JW starts firing, but the ECSTATIC, they're taking the hard route here, but they're managing just fine. Breaking through on the side, bomb plan as well. Now ECSTATIC, they don't need to peek anymore. Kragan is in such an annoying spot. Shine will be forced to go aggressive to clear him out. Nautilus falls back, but this is still 2-on-2, in which ECSTATIC hold the cards.
Yeah, JW does have a kit in the smoke though, so you certainly can't count them out of this on the retake as they start to make their way forward. He's recovered the Julies. Nodia's going to take contact and he's dropped that kit carrier. Crossfire sets up perfectly. And there you have it. It is the pistol round that goes the way of ECSTATIC. They get themselves up to double digits in the process. And they're now 3 rounds away from the 2-0 victory. Again, Eyeballers were 2-0 up. They won the first pistol and they converted it. And they've only won 1 since then.
Yeah, this is so different from what we expected. I mean, ECSTATIC, looking at their past results, it has been off or on, but for Eyeballers, they've been so consistent. So even if ECSTATIC are firing at all cylinders like they are now, we still expect more out of Eyeballers, which they're just not able to offer up, nor in this round either, because they just don't have the money. Yeah, sure, you can go aggressive. Actually get the drop on Kragan. That's the Mac 10 recover it now.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also information for ECSTATIC, not like that Mac 10 should snowball things out of control. You can see ECSTATIC have realized that's why they just move with pace straight into middle. JW, his gun barrel is protruding. Sometimes, yeah, size does let you down.
Tough stuff, Pepsor. On the other side of the smoke. Very shortly finished off. And ECSTATIC. Hey, them on 11. I don't see any way back in.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying you have to win this gun round, but then from there, there's still so much work you have to do as well. And ECSTATIC are on a tear. I mean, they've only lost 11 rounds in the series so far. They've been able to win, what, 24? Including both Overpass and their success here on Inferno. Are they going to finish this off with the bang? Straight up Banana they go. Patty plays catch with the nade. But has secured Banana control in the process. There will be a contest towards the top of Banana, however.
Shine. Briefly blinded. No. Presence from ECSTATIC though. No deals. A little bit of null over. I'm trying to fake some presence over towards the A site. Does bounce back. Eyeballers don't have any utility anymore though. 1 flash, that's it on JW. Minutes still left to go.
Yeah, that's a big problem. How do they keep these T players at bay? And, well, at least they've got the numbers stacked up on the correct side of the map. Shine's got that Banana control. Salazar's got the frag on Sapik. That's going to lead the charge. And Queenix with the Mac 10's got a kill as well. This is now panic stations for the CT side. JW will lose his life out as well. And it's a disaster for Eyeballers. Their 7-map win streak here on Inferno will be coming to an end against ECSTATIC unless they can pull off the most remarkable upset.
And look at the money as well for them. It's not like they at least have an easy way back in. They have to go through a lot of hardships here if they want any chance. This just looks over. I mean, sure, yeah, maybe we're in that once in a while, but it just shouldn't be the case. 9 rounds straight, and you have to start off with 4 MP9s and a Mag 7.
Yeah.
They're in the dust, man.
I mean, keep in mind, they've only won a single gun round on the map so far. Only 1 gun round, and they're running it down, Hyperia. contesting banana, hoping they can get that control, but they've run straight into the brick wall. That brick wall has a name, and its name is Kragan.
Sapik. Be careful. Maybe you can't spot it. He gets away scot-free. But Eyeballers, I love this out of ECSTATIC, right? Because Eyeballers are in a position where they kind of feel like they have to push somewhere in order to try to get the drop on them, find some sort of surprise. JW, it doesn't even matter that he's not caught. He's spotted, and that's more information out for Queenix, so they know that at max, I mean, there is only going to be one on this site. Sapik does well, but this is good enough for ECSTATIC, losing 2 players, getting the trade after it. They're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, this could be the end of the run for Eyeballers unless they pull off an incredible retake, and they've got an MP9 with 3 points of health and a Mag 7 on JW. He will trade it for an AK, but that time's already ticked so far, Hyperia. They don't have a kit. This is surely unrecoverable, as we do see ECSTATIC in dominant fashion here on Inferno, ending the win streak of Eyeballers and getting themselves into the quarterfinals.
And that's Eyeballers, the invited team into the playoffs. ECSTATIC coming through the Swiss stage. ECSTATIC knockout Eyeballers with a spectacular punch. 2-0. Overpass was the closest one, which we most certainly didn't expect. Eyeballers diminished to dust here today. Absolutely fantastic out of ECSTATIC though, and they look to be on a tear yet again.
Yeah, that's a performance to be proud of out of ECSTATIC as they now go through to the quarters. That's a performance to be proud of, man. Losing the pistol and the conversion thereafter, going down 0-2 on the map, and then winning 13-3, winning 13 out of 14 rounds. It really doesn't get a lot more dominant than that. So certainly a performance to be proud of. So ECSTATIC, they're into the quarters, and they play against the winners of our next series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I'm pretty sure as well, which will be 9 Pandas versus Legacy. Now, 9 Pandas, they've just beaten BetBoom in a 2-0 fashion. And in the other side, Legacy, they have struggled against Sinners, losing 2-0. And that's in the CCT online finals, right? So definitely got to make sure you stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of action in Legacy. Going to have to wait and see how strong they are looking. Unless the bracket is ready, I am ready to cut this to a break, but we'll give them a quick second to perhaps throw up the bracket.
We'll check the bracket when we come back. We can update everybody. Let's just throw this one into a break. And when we come back after an extended break, we'll jump into the last round of 16 matchup.
I have a very complicated job, but I love simple things so much. One move, one push. One touch. One love. One click. One XBet.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of people upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Watch the matches with BO3.GG, the official stats partner of CCT. Check out AI-powered predictions in live matches. Get access to live scoreboards packed with in-depth weapons and grenade statistics. Check out round maps in the match results. Extend your game vision with BO3.GG.
Yo, what are you doing?
Exhibit.
What do you think? I'm a paperclip? It's Mr. X to the Z. You need to quit browsing like a lame and get Opera GX. Because with GX mods, you can pimp your motherfucking browser. All you gotta do is click here, select a mod, and boom! New look, new sounds, new everything. It's not easy being a legend. Oh, shit. Not again. Change the mod now. Download Opera GX.